No Camp Dad is officially a Unreal ranked rocket racer on Fortnite. Try and say that loads of times without takes. Wow. That did take loads of takes, by the way. How did I do it? Let me tell you some little tips from what I did. And these might work for you. They might be absolute garbage. I don't care. I'm just giving you some basic tips. You can find 1,000 videos on YouTube like this. But nobody breaks it down as easy as No Camp Dad. You'll see videos where they're doing insane flips over stuff, traveling in the air sideways, and you're like, I ain't got time for this. It's not quite off-putting learning that. You can do it. Without that stuff, you can keep it basic. My instructions and tips, I have a kind of mantra in life. Just keep it simple. Keep everything simple. Someone tell Southgate that well, yo, over there, UK fans or English fans. But anyway, let's go back on track. So I'm going to be showing you some stuff on the screen and how I got to it. Because you should fly up to championish rank. Once you go to champion to Unreal, that's where it becomes really difficult and challenging. Unless you're a proper elite player, you know. But here's how you do it if you want to become Unreal. Here's some tips. Because I grinded for so long thinking, wow, you just got to win the race and you've got to get first. Not really. The fastest way I've found is not turbo boosting for a start. It's tracking other people's trails. You know when you get them white lines off the back of people and you're in people's streamline or strip line? Streamlining others is the biggest turbo boost you can get. Trust me, when you almost want to stay behind the pack for as long as you can, or a few of the first contenders, build up them turbos for the last lap. What I tend to do is now track dependent. And while we're talking, I'm going to put some tracks on the screen. So if you want to know specific tracks, like some of the newer ones, say like Thrash Mountain most likely be on now, then you can look at my routes. They might not be the fastest, but they're the simplest routes. That's always been my way. Don't worry about anybody else racing or where they are or what they're doing. If you have a clean race from start to finish, like Formula One, on the same racing line as much as you can, then you're most likely going to get success. I used to worry about, I need to get past them. Do not worry about any of them. Try and save 2 to 3 turbos for the last moments of the last lap, especially when you're against bots, because there is a lot of bots in this game when you're just before Unreal. And when you're in a lobby of only 6 races and 5 of them are bots, trust me, they're going to smash you regardless. Unless you can kind of jump the gun and have 3 turbos in a row at the very end of the last lap. You can take them all out. So that's number 1. Chain drifting and how I did it. Basically, chain drifting is going around one corner, and you don't need to do this at every corner. You just have to learn the ones, and you can see on your screen, hopefully, some of the times I use it. Where you build up, start swinging around one corner, do not drift, hold your drift button, keep holding it and turn the stick the other way, all the way across quickly, and swing the other way into the corner. The bigger the drift, the better than load. So in other words, if you had one full drift versus 10 mini drifts of the same equivalent of total charge, the one big one will sustain your speed for longer and is more of a surefire way to do it. So don't always try and think, I've got to pop out this corner with a turbo. You don't. One of the other things is obviously route. You're going to have to practice a couple of tracks. I did it in real time. I never practiced a single track on my own, ever. That was to my detriment, because as I've said in another video, I got to 94, 96, I think it was, champion rank, new tracks get released. You should have common sense here, go offline and practice them. I don't have time for that. So I learnt them in real time. It took me about 5 races of each to get the grips with them. Observe others when you're on a new track. Where's he going? And just follow them. And if you crash, then you crash. If you explode, then who cares? It's just a game. You'll come back. So learn the fastest way to you. It might not always be possible. I stick to the simplest route. So there's a couple of tracks where I know it's the slowest way, by the way, but it just works for me. And the law of averages says some of them might crash trying to do them little sneaks, shortcuts and stuff. So yeah, try and find the fastest way for you. The other thing is and again, some people might completely disagree with this, but the settings, I changed the dead zone on the sticks in the settings. I'll flash it on the screen. to 0.3 each for pitch and turn. Why did you do that, No Camp Dad? Well, the sticks were just too sensitive for me. And sometimes I was trying a small maneuver and it would fly me into a wall or give me a wrong direction. So that was a game changer to me. Some of you might disagree with that who play rocket racing. It just worked. The moment I did that, I felt the difference. I had so much more control of drifting. It was unbelievable. Stupid tips. These again work for me. Some people might find them stupid. I don't care. When I'm going around a corner, I'll drift obviously with a stick. If it's a long drift, now the best way is just to hold it in position, but I tend to tap. Just tap, and it almost builds up the charge and keeps you online. So if you've got the skills to hold it, then hold it. But I would just tap like that. There we go. Just gently tap it around that corner, and my drift just seemed to go like up. So that helped me out. And then the biggest tip was, for the very last few, 10, 15 seconds of a race, equivalent, approximate time, save 2 to 3 turbo boosts for every single race you do at the end, as much as you can. They will come in so clutch, it's ridiculous. They can wipe out bots who won't be expecting it, and other players, but especially bots, because they'll just react. It seems they have an infinite turbo sometimes, them bots. Corrupt game. Anyway, that's kind of how I did it, which led me to Unreal rank and being invited into Discord chats via Darth Z. Shout out, brother. Seen some of them runs, by the way. Outrageous. People found me up on X, No Camp Dad, for both your wrestling and gaming content combined in one across the 2 YouTube channels, just saying. But yeah, that's my kind of tips. They're very, very simple. And drifting is the one. Do not race on a straight line at any point and leave it. You will never get Unreal. You have to this is a must, constantly drift, constantly. Well, the only time you're going in a straight line with just driving is turbo. There's hardly any track I can think of where it's acceptable, unless you're over the green turbos, to go in a straight line and just drive. You will be caught immediately. Your average speed needs to be about 600-700 kph, probably more for them to get to Unreal, as opposed to the 570, 550 that you will be if you just drive. You cannot drive. You must be constantly building up charge to get your turbos to do it. So that's another basic one. And that's pretty much it. It led me all the way to Unreal. You will need to learn some things like drift jumping. So when you're drifting round a corner, I know the pros will take this to a new level and fly across maps. I haven't got time to learn that. And I never did do that to get to Unreal. There must be 6 times in all the tracks where I will jump while drifting a hazard, and I'll quickly bring it back down. Now I know how to do it, but I just decided I don't need this. Law of averages doesn't work for me. So I'll jump, I'll drift, and then when I'm drifting, I'll hold drift and I'll jump. Say over a lava hazard, I'll jump it, I'll let go of jump, land it, maintain the drift. That is vital sometimes, but not very often. Again, in my opinion, and I am Unreal, so I've got the right to say this, you don't need it very often. Would it be better if I did it a lot more? Yes. Would I be faster and a more competitive player? Yes. But hey, we got up to rank 1700 and we're retiring. We are retiring. God damn it, Jim. We are retiring from rocket racing. I could go to an absolute another level and take it on at the very top level, but I got stuff to do. I got other games to play. I've proved my point on that. If anybody out is sub there for rocket racing in particular, tell me and I'll stick on it, because it is actually a lot of fun. They're fixing it as they go. The tracks are improving. Some of them are just outrageous with the routes you can go. So there is actually a lot of fun to the game. So yeah, I might stick around, but most likely, unless I get any feedback saying we want you to stick around and do more videos, then I'll be retiring from it and moving into elsewhere to prove I'm going to get Unreal. All kinds of places. All kinds. So yeah, that's it. They're all my tips. Keep it simple. Keep your drift up. Maintain turbos to the end. Any of that don't make sense, give me a shout. And I'm happy. If anybody wants to add No Camp Dad, Fortnite, No Camp Dad, Xbox, and you want a game, invite me in. I'll play. No problem. Just let me know in a time and a place and I'll be there, man. But take it easy. And thanks for all the support, guys. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I have no idea how much I mean it. Everyone says it, but half of them don't mean it. Let's be honest. They just say it for a gimmick. I'm dead real, because I'll tell you if I don't care. I probably said it multiple times about things I don't care about in this video. So, oh, you shouldn't do that. I don't care. It's my way of doing it. Not yours, mine. But the support you guys give is immense. And the subscriptions and stuff. Much love, dudes. Much love. And yeah, we got loads to come. We got loads to come. Retro, modern, advice. And just me being the alternating long form videos. And the gaming dad who's got a massive chip on his shoulder. Gimmick. But we're going to gimmick it up more as we go and give these kids some stick and say, hey, man, don't forget about the old boy over here. I can smash you, boy. I was playing Nintendo when you was... No comment. Right, take it easy. Bye-bye.